Grand Blue Fantasy Versus Rising.
What's up everybody, my name is Sen, welcome back to the channel, and for today's video I'm talking about modern controls or simplified controls, easy controls, whatever you want to call it. To be quite frank, I didn't think there was still like an audience for this subject, but there's still a lot of people chomping at the bit for a bit of modern controversy to talk about. And there's definitely some things that people don't kind of understand about the design of modern controls and how they should or shouldn't work. Which, I mean, I'm not even going to pretend as if I understand them the best ever or anything like that. Like, I'm not some kind of brain genius on the topic or anything, but I have my opinion. Oh, shit. Here's the thing. My opinion on the subject is neutral, not for the fact that I don't care one way or the other, but because I have enough positives and I have enough negatives where it kind of balances out towards neutral. With that said, a little side note on the matter is that I'm going to be giving away a copy of Grand Blue Fantasy Versus Rising, I think exclusively on the PC because I don't know the best way to gift copies of games on PlayStation because that shit sucks. As of recording this, it is Christmas, but because Christmas will be up eventually doesn't mean the time of giving is over. So if you guys want to participate, you can join the Discord, link in the description down below. This is not the official announcement for the entry or anything like that, but I'm just letting you know that's going to be coming up in the future. I will be giving away a copy. You don't have to do anything like the video or subscribe or anything like that, even though I would definitely appreciate those things, but all you have to do, like I said, is join the Discord. So as I said, I'm pretty neutral on the subject after everything is like said and done, after the checks are balanced. The biggest positive, and this is a big one, is that like the inclusivity of it all, like it brings and potentially garners a new audience for the game. All right, I need to focus. She's got like Honda headbutt. Go. So on the topic, as I was saying, I'm pretty neutral for the fact that it brings new people and has a potential for new people to play the game. With that said, though, I think if people really want to play the game, they will play a game and pick it up, modern controls or not. That's just kind of how it goes. Now, with that said, though, like something like for disabilities, like this shit's great. If a player has a disability and like it made it really tough to play a fighting game before, this kind of alleviates some of that. A notable player with a disability, but still played fighting games traditionally, was Broly Legs. He's like a player that comes to mind, and out of what I remember, he does pretty okay as well. I don't know if someone like him would use modern controls because he's been playing with traditional controls for upwards of I don't know how many years, but that is something to note. People do, in fact, get hung up on something like motion inputs. Like, it is a hurdle for some people. Like, I struggle with it from time to time. Like, I will occasionally drop a DP input. But also, like, I'll drop, like, a double quarter circle forward if I'm playing on stick, or a double quarter circle back if I'm playing on hitbox. Like, things have their difficulty, but the thing I like about it is I like getting past difficulty. Getting past something that's difficult is very satisfying. It makes it feel as if I'm learning a skill, you know? For some people, special moves are genuinely getting in the way. Like, they understand that special moves are not the good stuff. Like, it's a thing to learn to, like, actually get to the good stuff, which is fighting. Special moves may be hard, but it's not going to be the, thing that you're going to struggle up against when it comes into the pursuit of actually getting good. Getting good is applying the knowledge after the fact, and matchup knowledge, what your character does, how your character wants to fight a different character, things like that. That's gonna be what prevents you from getting good or not. Whoa, this guy looks crazy. Cool. It's like he kind of knows what he wants to do. Maybe he'll cook up on this one. I don't know. Oh, did Bro give up? I think Bro gave up. Looking at a game's design like this, in-game design is very much important to me. A game design like this, where everyone has access to everything at all times. That's why I'm like, oh, big positive. I'm like, you know, if I want to do simple DP, if I want to do a simple DP, I can do it. No problem. If I want to do the basic DP, on recovery, right? If I want to do the traditional DP, absolutely no problem. It's right there. If I want to do Super with 2 buttons, no problem. If I want to do my traditional super input, it's there. Like, it's all there. The problem I have is modern controls, and you have to pick one or the other. In something like this, it's both at all times. That's great. I love that. I'm for that. This game truly has the design in mind of where the framework was designed around simple inputs. You're not trying to inject something after the fact. Street Fighter has had the traditional Street Fighter controls for as long as I've known. They're injecting something new into an old formula. I don't mind it that much, but it's when people say that modern controls don't mean anything or they don't matter. Some person even went as far as to say that there should be no downside to using modern controls, which you're high. You're actually smoking something a little different, and I'll talk about that in a second. Let's not make it free. Safe jump? No. Had to try. Had to try. Dodge. Let's go. We're not making it free. Is that plus? That's a good answer. Yeah, I'm dead. Alright, got me. Moving on to a negative for me is the even playing field aspect. I like as even of a playing field as possible. Like, I like everyone having access to the same things at all time. That's why, like I said, I like Grand Blue, but I kind of don't like Street Fighter's approach of it. If you think that modern controls means nothing or changes nothing or like doesn't need to be nerfed in any way for balance reasons, you're smoking something a little different. It's probably some good shit. Like, I want to get to where you are from where I am, but I can't get there. So as far as balancing for modern controls takes place in this game, there's a slight damage nerf on special moves, as well as you lose access to some of your normals because they're trying to condense things into a simplified control scheme. If you think that's insignificant, it's not.
Okay. Okay, he has modern. I gotta remember. He's got a reactive level 3 on something.
That is all I needed to hear. For those of you that don't know who Brian F is, he's a pretty notable Street Fighter player. Like, he's not the best in the world or anything like that, but he does well for himself. He's fighting in Master Rank, which is one of the highest ranks in the game, apart from Legend, and he notes aloud, "My opponent is playing Modern." Don't you think that means something? The fact that you have to think about the fact that your opponent is playing on a control scheme means something. Your character power could go up, it could go down. And you're gonna tell me one button SPDs aren't powerful? I can't even do it right now. That shit's hard, bro. I never spent the time to get good at SPDs. Yeah, doesn't it mean something that someone playing at maybe not the highest level, but a very, 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 very high level notes aloud something about how their opponent is playing the game affects on how they have to approach how they play the game? That means something. It's not the reason why that player got to master rank. Like, they're probably just pretty good. Like, the strategy they're employing, their combos are probably okay. Like, their neutral's probably pretty decent. Like, there's a reason they got to master. But it's an aspect of the game they didn't have to worry about. They didn't have to worry about the mental stack of potentially dropping their inputs. Like, you can still drop a combo playing Modern, but execution is less hard. It's less of a layer that you have to worry about. So you have more brain capacity to focus on other things.
And we're off. Great reaction. There you go. Oh. Oh. Walk into the neutral jump again.
It makes moments like that less significant because it's easier to do. I would say it's still tough to anti-air someone like Adon or like Yun or something like that, but there's a reason why something like Ume Shoryu like as much as it is a meme, is still like pretty legendary.
Oh, and he gets him again. He's got a real hard read on that now.
Oh, Daigo Umeharaka! Oh! Joy, you can. What are you saying?
Oh no!
And when it comes to making something like execution easy, it's a slippery slope before something like that, as impressive as that is, becomes meaningless. Like, there was a big conversation of like the slippery slope that is like going from Street Fighter 4, which is like a very high execution game. Like, there's a bunch of one-frame links in that game. One-frame links are in everything. There's execution in Street Fighter 5, but everyone was complaining that Street Fighter 5 was taking away the expression from Street Fighter 4 because everyone could do everyone else's combos and so on. Street Fighter 6 is aiming to be easier than Street Fighter 5 to get into. I'm sure there's still a bunch of hard stuff. Like, the thing that comes to mind was Guile's loops that he had. I heard that was pretty tough. I actually don't know about the execution myself. If games focus on becoming easier and easier over time, you lose what makes them significant potentially. I don't know if I'd want something like Street Fighter to be too much easier than it is now before it's just no longer a game that I want to play. With all that said, like with everything that's been said, I'm fine with modern controls, or I'm fine with simplified controls, but thinking that they do nothing to affect the state of the game, or that they shouldn't have like a downside, or there at least shouldn't be a benefit for doing the traditional input, is ludicrous. I think if a game is designed with purely simple special moves, you can have the special moves do whatever you want to, but I think that if you're gonna put one against the other, there should be some benefit for doing something that's more technical. I don't hate them. I don't hate if you play on them, but there is an effect. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys want to see more, check out the rest of the channel. In the description, there's links not just to my channel, but my friends' channels as well. Anyways, I'll see you guys later. Peace.